This is the plaintiff, Johnny Dye. He says a driver from the defendant's waste management company backed into his fence with his big truck, damaging it. The defendant and the owner of the refuse company refused to have the common courtesy of returning his calls regarding this matter. He just wants his fence fixed and is suing the cowardly defendant for $1,776, the amount it's going to cost him to fix it, and for stress. This is the defendant, Paul Santa Barbara. He claims there was never any contact with the plaintiff's fence. The thing's old and falling down, and the plaintiff's just trying to get something for nothing. That's right, this is a shakedown, plain and simple, and he's not paying for damage he didn't do. He's accused of not getting fenced in.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says a driver from the defendant's waste management company hit his fence, but the defendant says the fence was a mess. It's the case of what a waste.
For Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Johnny Dye, you are suing Waste Tech Family Refuse, represented here by Paul Santa Barbara. You're the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, for $1,776 that you say they owe you in, well, 1,000 of it for stress, and the rest of it to fix a fence. Okay, what's going on?
Well, Your Honor, on August the 30th in the morning, I heard something and I thought it was from the street behind me. I would like to introduce something so you can get a proper perspective of what, excuse me.
That's right, we'll get that for you.
These four pictures are the driveway, joint driveway used by two houses, and one is a apartment house in the back.
Okay.
58 is on the left side.
Got it. Okay, that's all right. And so all three abodes use this driveway. Okay, so go on.
Well, I got up that morning after I heard the noise, and I went out and took a look. And sure enough, the fish was tilted. And I started to looking around, and I noticed the fence. It was bent. The fence was bent. The pole was bent. After which, I looked at the dumpster. It was one of those roll-off dumpsters off the truck. I looked at the dumpster, and there was a name and a telephone number.
Now, had the dumpster been delivered that day?
Apparently, it was delivered that morning because I pulled my truck in there that night, and it wasn't there, and the pole was standing up.
All right, so the only new element here was the dumpster that had been delivered by truck.
The only new element was there because the house back there was being renovated.
So you call the name and number on the dumpster.
Yes, Your Honor.
And
a person answered and said that be getting back to me. Have someone get back to me. Unfortunately, no one got back to me.
okay.
And after which, I called the New Haven Police Department
All
because
right.
I needed an incident report.
Okay. Well, Mr. Santa Barbara, talk to me. What's
Yes,
going
Your
on?
Honor. Your Honor, on August 30th, my driver, Anthony, had delivered the dumpster, which I have some pictures
Do you
to
have a
show
picture
you.
of the dumpster?
Yeah, I
And
have
do you
pictures
have a picture
of,
of the truck that delivers the dumpster?
Yeah, the truck itself and a dumpster on it so you can see what the height is on it.
Okay. Is that the driver?
Yes.
Come on up.
And I also have, 4 or 5 shots of the pole to see that it was struck on numerous occasions.
Wait, hold on.
Excuse me, go
How
ahead.
am I going to see from your pictures that it was struck on numerous occasions?
The dumpster was put in a place, the dumpster.
I'll tell you what, why don't you
Come on
come
up.
over here and do that with me
Have the
here?
pictures that you need.
Your Honor, may I say something?
No, hold on
Come
one
on.
second.
All right, here's the dumpster. The truck backed up to this area here and had places, the directions were to drop it along the fence because they were loading the stuff, so they would need to throw it from
Yeah,
the
but he
back.
can't be in the middle of the path and blocking everything. So he has to have gone. He has to go by this pole, which is the one in question.
Yeah,
he
I
has to
believe
go
the
by
dumpster
here,
was dropped right in this area here.
beyond the end of that fence, right?
The dumpster's 14 feet long, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. Otherwise, the people in this house can't get out. So, if I showed you this, can you point to where the dumpster was?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
The dumpster stops right there. They dropped it right there at the beginning of the driveway.
Where?
They dropped it right here.
Okay, but if they leave the dumpster here, then how is anybody going to get in and out of this driveway?
They can't, Your Honor.
So why would they leave the dumpster there? Where'd you leave the dumpster?
Oh, yeah. I believe it was back right after the gate.
Oh, it would be. Oh, he's
See,
right. So the end of the can would be around here.
The front end of the can would have been.
Did you hit the fence?
No. Absolutely not.
If not you, then who?
It wasn't me.
So, what do you do if you don't have an eyewitness to something like this?
It's not impossible to show it without an eyewitness, but you would need some kind of evidence like paint or dents or something like that in the scene.
Is it impossible to prove the case?
You need solid evidence.
Solid evidence, only a witness, an eyewitness?
No.
Fair enough. And last word.
No, I think like Phil said, you can prove it with the paint and dents and all of that. You don't need a witness.
Okay, just want to make sure. Your name is not Ariel, is it?
No, it's not.
Has anybody ever confused you for the Modern Family chick?
No.
Okay, well, they did now, going inside the courtroom.
Is there anybody living in that house while that was going on?
It was empty. He was renovating the whole house, Your Honor.
Your Honor, could I explain?
Yeah, he's sort of, your guy actually explained that the dumpster sort of ends around here, just the same way I was
Correct.
incredulous. But
As I was saying, as the widest part of the truck on.
how do I explain this? Tell me what to do with this part, okay? Look at me. I have a very tough job. I hear that side, they never agree. Oh,
Correct.
the stories I could tell you. That side says that last night when he went to bed, everything was fine. Then he woke up in the morning, everything was not fine. The swinging gate is off the hinge. There's a dent, and the only new thing in town is the dumpster.
But Your Honor, as he stated, they're doing construction on the site. It looks to me at the height of this.
That's why I asked where the dumpster was.
The
because
only
the
thing
dumpster's delivered in the morning, and it's delivered in a way that no other truck can get past that dumpster to go do work on that house.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So how's it going to be somebody else?
Vehicles that traveled before.
Okay, go ahead and step back.
Thank you.
Let me hear from you, Anthony. You're Anthony, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Delivered the can as I was supposed to. It's the ticket said call on the way. I called. I got there. Nobody was on site. They told me where to drop the dumpster.
What time did you drop the dumpster?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's what the ticket says.
Right.
I mean,
according to you, that's not true.
You have to leave it there between 8 and 9 o'clock
In the morning.
in the morning because I got out of my bed, was going to work. That was on a Tuesday. I worked Tuesday and Thursday, Your Honor. I came out of my front door, walked through the driveway.
What day did you deliver the dumpster?
8:30.
August 30th. What day did you call the police? What day is the police report? August 30th?
Your Honor, it was 6:57 on 8:31 p.m.
That he made the call?
Correct.
Okay, so this shows us that there's no question that he noticed it on August 31st. You say that you heard a loud bang and then you went out to go to work, and when you went out you noticed all this. Their paperwork for the delivery reflects that the date of the delivery was August 30th at noon.
They couldn't have.
So you just think that's not true?
That is absolutely not true because it wasn't there when I came in, put my truck back there that Monday.
So you think this may be their paperwork, but they didn't deliver until the next morning? They didn't make their...
They had to do it the next morning because it wasn't. Your Honor, I had pulled my truck back
Do
there.
you know whether he delivered it a day late the next morning?
The paperwork on the ticket is the delivery date of the dumpster.
So from your information, there wasn't like you guys were running late or you whatever?
No.
Right.
And I actually contacted Mr. Hill that ordered the dumpster to ask him.
You can stop.
Okay.
Let me tell
Thank
you what my concerns are. First of all, I feel very sorry for you. I feel bad that this happened, and I know you want to get this fixed. But whether or not I feel sorry for you is of absolutely no moment. I have to call it based on the evidence that's in front of me. And when I hear you tell me they delivered it that morning, that indicates to me, oh my God, if not you, then who? If you delivered it that morning and there's this tiny little window of opportunity of culprits, as it were, then it's got to be you. But then I find out that their paperwork says that the delivery was the day before. Then you say, just a second, and then you say, no way, Judge. I heard the noise. It was that morning, and I heard the bang. And I got to make sure you're not just trying to make your case better. When I look at the police report, not only is your police report the next day when you're walking out, but you're telling me, you tell the police that the day of the occurrence is the day before. You tell the police on 8:31 when you call them that morning, this happened on 8:30. You do not say, this happened this morning. I heard it happen. You say, it happened on 8:30. You're telling me in your testimony that everything was fine the night before. Well, if everything was fine the night before and he delivered it at noon, then I guess it wasn't then. There's just too many holes. And based on this evidence, I cannot rule in your favor. I rule in favor of the defendants.
Right, hold on, both sides, please.
Well, Johnny Dye comes out here, and it looks like your circumstantial case. Step in a little bit, sir, right next to me here. Looks like your circumstantial evidence had some holes in it.
No, it actually didn't. The report was made out on August the 31st. The officer came there the following day. That's what I was trying to get into the judge.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't.
So have you gotten the fence fixed yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, what are you going to do about that?
Well, I'm going to have to walk up the money myself.
Work it up. All right, head right around the
so
corner
you
there.
would right this way.
Mr. Dye, all right, come on in here and step in and tell me what you think the outcome of this case.
I think it was a good case, and it showed that our evidence out.
You think he had pre-existing damage and just waited in the weeds for someone like you to come along so we could pin it on you?
I actually feel sorry for Mr. Dye. I think that maybe during the construction phase that night prior that somebody had struck it, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Harvey, what do you got?
You know, we talk about this a lot, whether you need an eyewitness to prove a case, so especially where you've got one person on the other side, the person you're suing, saying, I didn't do it. It is not impossible to prove a case without a witness, especially even when the other side is saying that didn't happen. I mean, like the gentleman behind me said, you can do it with paint chips, you can do it with dents. What you need to do, though, is tip the scale slightly. The amount of evidence you provide has to prove that it's more likely than not, like 51%, that the other person did the dastardly deed.